Welcome back to movementprofessional.com. So today we're going to take a look at how we can use a yoga tune-up ball or a pinky ball to engage the tensor fasciae latae muscle and also just teach your body where that anatomy is. So the tensor fasciae latae is a hip flexor that is right on the side of the body here, and it is often overactive and can kind of get engaged where we would otherwise want some of the muscles more on the backside, like the gluteus medius, gluteus minimus, to be more engaged, but instead this tensor fasciae latae takes over. So it's important to know where it is and just how to activate it and also how to let it relax. So with this exercise, what we can do is really pinpoint the muscle and feel it contract into the ball. So we're going to tend to do this on the side, but first, just to get a sense of where it is, you first want to find this ASIS bone. So if you just like kind of punch yourself in the front of the pelvis, you'll feel the boniest part there. That's going to be the bony attachment to the tensor fasciae latae. So it basically comes up to that point. So once we find that, we just roll the ball more to the side, right in the area of the front pocket. And that's where we're going to hold the ball, and then we're going to get on the side to create pressure right into that area. So our positioning is really important here because a lot of times when we lie in a side lying position, the lower back wants to stay extended and the pelvis wants to stay kind of oriented forward. So we want to make sure that we stack the hips and we keep the back kind of flat or even a little bit rounded when we get into this position. It just opens up that area so we can get more of the ball into the muscle. So once we feel like we've found that muscle, we're going to feel this sort of massage-like pressure into the area, and it can be quite tender. We just want to get heavy there first, make sure we have our position. And then the movement to contract the muscle that we're looking for is going to be an internal rotation type movement. So what we're doing here, we're already in a hip flex position. We're going to actually try to bring the knee off the ground while keeping the foot on the ground, and that's going to push the ball out of the muscle, and then we can relax and we just basically let that ball sink in. So we lift the knee up, and then that creates more contraction of the tensor fasciae latae, pushes the ball out. And then when we relax, the ball should sink in a little bit deeper. So it's usually during the relaxation, the letting go of the contraction, where we get the most therapeutic benefit if we're having an over-engagement of our hip flexors or if we're having specific pain in that area. But it's important to know where it is, so we have to be able to contract it first by internally rotating, and then when we relax, the ball can sink in deeper. So I like to hang out here for about 2 minutes, just really exploring that and see if the initial tenderness, the initial pain, it starts to let up the longer you're hanging out here, and the contractions actually get a little bit greater, a little bit stronger each time we go into them. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, you can go to movementprofessional.com. I'll see you next time.